Hello, everyone. We are live on Facebook. I am just going to put the link for this session in Facebook. So if anyone wants to join me on Zoom, which is the preference, because then you can talk, then you can speak to me, then I can give you some coaching. I'm just putting the Zoom link in there for anyone who comes in. Today, we're going to be talking about self-mastery, and it's really inspired by Jackie, the amazing Jackie Aiken is joining us, which is awesome.
Hey, Verena.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. So we're talking about self-mastery, and today's session is been inspired by this book, which is called Turning Pro by Steven Pressfield. I read this book probably 5 years ago, and I haven't pressed record. 1 second, forget that. Have you read it, Jackie? Oh, I know that you're driving, so I won't expect you to type in. But yeah, so...
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
It looks awesome. I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know what? It's a thin read, because sometimes we just like, when a book is really thick, we go, oh, I don't have time for that. But I've reread it, and it is a great reminder. And I'm going to go through some of the elements of this book today, and then we're going to do a change process, which will be the positive self-image technique at the end. So in this book, he's Turning Pro. It is about, well, what it says, tap into your inner power and create your life's work. But what it is actually, it's talking about the constant battle or conflict that we have with our ego and our higher self, basically. It's talking about what are the things that keep us stuck. And he goes through that, how in life we can choose to be we evolve into being a professional in life, or we stay as an amateur. And the difference is that an amateur is one that looks for limit, that is still... Hello, Samara. I'll just check on Facebook to see if there's anyone else that's there. So I think it's always a good place to remember to come back in, like, who do we want to be? It comes back to the be, do, have. And we get overwhelmed with the self, the limited self, the ego self, the amateur, as Steven Pressfield talks about it, the amateur who is looking for reasons to stay incapacitated. And when I say looking for reasons, I don't mean consciously, I mean unconsciously. And these are our limiting beliefs. These are our emotions that keep us incapacitated, where we feel we're not enough, that we want to stay in the safe zone. And the safe zone, and of course, when I'm talking about this is unconsciously, the safe zone is feeling limited, is feeling like we have no choice, is feeling like we have no options. So the process that we're going to do, and what the process we're going to do at the end is called positive self-image. And that's when we work with the I am, which is the vibration and statement of the divine. I am, which is you. When we say I am abundant, I am a professional, I am amazing, I am financially secure, I am lovable, I am loved, I am capable, I am enough, I am worthy. I am what I am that I am, is the vibration frequency of the God self that we have within us, the divine spark within us that we connect to when we go into the I am. And so that's why when we're doing positive self-talk, positive self-image, the I am is really important, because it's actually, it's like we're talking even in a, I'm not going to use the term light language, but we're talking in a divine language with the I am. It's like the Om, the Ah, the I am is saying, this is who I am. And we're connecting to that aspect of us. And we're connecting to the superconscious to reaffirm that that's who we are. So the process today is that I want to go in, like, let's get really clear about who we are becoming, who we need to be in that end result, and how can we bring that essence of that being into the current situation. Because it's like the statement of you cannot solve the problem with the same mind that created it. You cannot live that life that you want as the same person who created your current situation. So there is change involved, but this is where the dance comes in, is that it's not necessarily that we need to change. That's the secret. The thing is, we were always, and I'm using the term relevant to this book as the amateur, the professional. We were always the professional. We have always been the highest version of ourselves. We came here to experience a limited reality. And so we have these challenges, and we have the veil of forgetfulness that we have forgotten how powerful we are. So it's not about that we need to, as I have said, we're becoming and we're being, but maybe we need to see it as we need to take off the coat of the limitations that we go back to remembering who we are. Maybe that's a little bit easier for our unconscious to understand, that it's already there. The seed of knowing who we are is already there. So we don't have to recreate. We might have to create a new connection to that version of us, but to know that we are that person. We are abundant. We are lovable. We are successful. We are capable. We are enough. We are worthy. We are divine. So this is where we remember who we are, and we take off the coat of limitations. We take off that coat that has dragged us down. So it's like, if you imagine running, we're walking towards that end result, and we've got this big heavy coat of all the limitations that we've taken on in this lifetime. And then we feel like we need to put on this other coat of who we're becoming. I want us to have the premise that we're taking that coat off first, that weight. We're taking that weight off us first, that we no longer need to carry that with us to create the life that we love. Does that make sense? So if we move from the premise that we're already it, we already have it. And I know that's easier to say, but it's like, okay, this is the message for your unconscious. You already know how to be. It's just all this heaviness has actually prevented you. So with the amateur in this life is a version that has still in the veil of forgetfulness, still hasn't remembered how powerful you are. So I'm going to read a part in this book. So how your life changes when you turn pro. And he talks about, and so when I'm talking pro, I'm talking about your highest version of you. Before we turn pro, our life is dominated by fear and resistance. We live in a state of denial. We're denying the voice in our heads. We're denying our calling. We're denying who we really are. We're fleeing from our fear into an addiction or a shadow career. And he's talking about jobs, but it's not necessarily, we're going back into what is comfortable. The shadow is where we have made this sort of soft limitations, but it feels comfortable. Like when I feel not enough, when I feel unworthy, I don't have to, I know what that feels like. I know who I am when I'm that, and no one expects anything else from me. Your higher self does, the professional part of you, the part of you that actually is always pulling you towards change. That knows that you can be more. We turn pro when we stop running from our fears. And maybe our fears are like, who am I when I'm not feeling this pain? Who am I when I'm not feeling wanted? So it's really going from the higher mind to the lower mind. For example, the lower mind will look at, I need to control this situation. The higher mind is about surrender. The lower mind will look at the limitations, that things are scarce and limited. The higher mind knows that you are unlimited. So in the process we're going to do today, which is a positive self-image, I'm going to go through, we've done this process before at some stage where we go through, okay, what are the things that you in your being, that version of you in your end result, who are you? But what I'm going to do before we go into that next step is actually read to you some of the qualities of a professional. And one of the big things that stood out for me to be a professional in life, so this is self-mastery, is consistency. It doesn't mean you have to have it all sorted out. It doesn't mean it has to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you're going to not have that feeling of discontent or grief or sadness or unworthiness or feeling frustration or overwhelm. You may still have that, but you do it anyway. The professional will move through the pain and do it anyway. They will run out on that field when they have a broken foot, or maybe not a broken foot, it'd be hard to run, but maybe with a fractured rib or something. They will run out on that field and keep moving. So I want to read you some of the aspects of a professional, and these are the things that we want to embody. But consistency and practice. A professional has a practice. So remember, there's the saying of the professional to become an expert, and we want to become an expert at our life. We want to become an expert at being us, not the limited version of us that never really quite makes it, the version of us that is our fullest potential. And that is through consistency. This is when we have a daily. And so this is what I want to bring. The first step of self-mastery is have a daily practice. Have a daily practice where you're constantly checking in with yourself. Constantly checking in with yourself. Constantly checking in with who I'm becoming. Now, I'm still working through some of Jackie's mind detox, which is awesome. And that is about letting go. So it's about letting go and actually going into why you feel that way. And then with the structure of you are the professional. I mean, this work is important, like, so how it all works together, how it's all complementary. So to be the professional shows up every day. So you can write some of this down if you want. And so this is why consistency. So if we're going to be a master of life and create self-mastery, this is our commitment to ourselves. So this is what this session is about, is that we're making a commitment to ourselves to be one of mastery. We're not an amateur in life anymore. We all know, like everyone that's here, unless they're new, then you can go back and look at the other videos, or you can connect directly. We all have a fair idea about what our limiting beliefs are. We all have an understanding of maybe what's the area that's holding us back. We all have an understanding, and some of us may be thinking, why is it still there? I've done this work. So now it's time to be committed. I'm making a commitment to be a professional. So the first part is there is no plan B. I haven't got one step out the door. I've got both feet in this life. This is my expansion, my growth. I have the awareness, because it's all an illusion anyway. This is where we've come into, we've created these limitations for us to grow and expand. If we see it like that, if we see it from the observer, and this is not to take away from anyone's pain, but this is how we can move through it and understand that we chose. How would it be if you knew you chose this for yourself? But the end result is to be a master of life, is to expand your consciousness, is to expand your growth, to be a professional, because their next lifetime are coming back to do more. So a daily practice is important. I am someone who is consistent. I'm someone who shows up every day for myself. I show up. A professional shows up every day. The professional stays on the job all day. So when we fall out of alignment, we pivot and we bring ourselves back. What is it? If there's a trigger, we show up every day because we're here to do the work. We pivot. So when we move into, okay, what is this trigger? What is this about? Do I need to explore it? Do I need to own it? Do I need to feel it? Is there something that I haven't processed? Knowing that you can move through it because you're a professional. Professionals committed over the long haul. We're all here. Everyone that's here is committed to change, committed to creating a life they love. Because I know you are. And everyone that's watching this video afterwards, you are here because you are committed to this. It's not for the faint-hearted. You are a committed soul seeker, soul expansion. For professionals, the stakes are high. The stakes are high. We want this. We don't want to go backwards. We can't go backwards. We've seen too much. We know what is available to us, and now it's time for us to create it. The professional is patient. In A Course in Miracles, there's also a saying that when you're patient, you don't. I need to really write this one down because it comes up a lot. But it's more or less saying that when you're patient, you have absolute faith. Because when you have faith, you don't need to be impatient because you know it's coming, and you know it's coming in divine time. So that faith and patience has a dance. I am patient for my outcome because I have absolute faith. And that little wiggle room, that little wobble we get in our faith area, in our heart, where we start to question why it wasn't here yet, why am I still feeling this? That is a wobble in our faith. So a professional is patient because it knows if I keep showing up, it's going to happen. If I keep doing this, it's going to happen. The professional seeks order. So chaos is not a professional's friend. A professional seeks order. Seeks order as I have a goal, I have a choice, I'm set, I have a practice. So a professional is someone that seeks order, and take that however you will. The professional acts in the face of fear. So even when it's scary, you do it anyway. A professional accepts no excuses. So yes, last night I went to Toastmasters. So like a business professional public speaking group. I'm sure everyone's heard of Toastmasters, and I didn't really want to go. I'll be honest. I wanted to go to yoga. I wanted to do something for me. But as I finished reading this book and I was thinking, okay, I'm a professional. I need to show up. This is part of my growth and expansion. Not only professional growth, but part of my personal growth, to clear my throat chakra, make sure my voice gets out there, make sure my words are clear. So I make no excuses and I showed up anyway. A professional plays it as it lays. So whatever shows up, you can deal with it. The professional is prepared. Everything in your life has prepared you for the next step. The professional does not show off. So that's ego. So it's not about validation from others. A professional validates themselves. How's everyone enjoying this? Is this making sense? Is this sparking a little enthusiasm, excitement in the heart space, in the solar plexus? Maybe it's triggering, maybe it's not. The professional does not ask for help. Well, actually, I don't know why I read that one, because I don't know whether I like that one. Professional does not ask for help. Delete that one, because I think asking for guidance, I think help is coming from maybe a victim looking at, but definitely a professional, this would be a better way to put it. A professional will seek a mentor. A professional will seek guidance. A professional will seek someone that will help them bring it out in themselves, rather than I need someone to fix me. I think that's what that one's about. A professional will look for a mentor, a guide. They don't need to be fixed or healed. So that's what I think that one means. The professional does not take failure or success personally. Exactly. When we take failure personally, it's about the ego. We know that it's just, this is where faith and trust come in, and we just keep moving forward. The professional reinvents herself. You can reinvent yourself all the time. Take what personally? Take failure personally. We don't take failure personally. And even success, it's just, we're just moving forward. Like, so it's not about the ego, where the ego is like, if I get this, if I'm successful, then I'm worthy. If I fail, I'm unworthy. That's an amateur. That's where you're giving your power to the situation, rather than just saying, I'm moving forward. And each success failure, which is polarity of both ends, is the same thing. That I'm experiencing whatever that is, whatever that issue is, whatever that, I can't think of another word by experience, but you don't take it personally. Success doesn't make you better. Failure doesn't make you worse. It's just an aspect of moving towards doing what you love. You know, success feels good and you want more of it. You want to do more of it because it feels good, not because it's about who you are personally, if that makes sense. The professional is recognized by other professionals. And so, yeah, it's about identity, 100%. Our identity. So this is where we're choosing to be the professional. The professional is the version of us that before we came here, we said we've got this experience, and we'll know what it is. Maybe it's in this lifetime, I want to experience unconditional love. To experience unconditional love, you must experience conditional love. To experience abundance and creation, you must experience not having it, lack. To experience health is to understand what it feels like to feel less than healthy. So this is where polarity comes into it as well, the duality, because we do live in a duality universe. So this is where our identity as the professional. So this is what I want to drill home today, is that we are a professional. We came here, we chose this. We chose to experience this. So these difficulties that we've experienced in life has actually been part of our soul's expansion. And you think, why would I choose this? Well, if you were an infinite being, if you were a soul that is immortal, and you knew there was nothing, there was no death, that you're just coming to experience, you would want to experience the 3D. The 3D we get to feel. We've got emotional, we've got touch, we can feel things in this physical body. The higher dimensions, they don't feel it. Like they can create easily. They don't have the same physicality. So we came here in this physical body to experience this physical universe. So our identity is what we choose. Our identity is not to is a professional. So I came here as a professional. We've got all the tools. We've got the tools that we understand that we have limiting beliefs that happened in childhood. We understand that there is as within, so without, that we react to our outer world. We understand that people have hurt us. We understand there are situations that are unwanted. A professional moves through that anyway because it has that end result. I have that. This is my end result that I'm moving towards, but I'm being it now. You can be so this guy in this book, Steven Pressfield, is a writer. So he makes reference to being a writer, that he was a professional writer before he got a best-selling book. And he knew he was a professional when he showed up every day and wrote. Whether it was good or bad, he showed up. And so then he was teaching his unconscious mind, I'm here for the long haul. This is who I am. There is no plan B. I am going to be this version of myself in the end result. I'm going to be this success. And the success isn't personal, but it's because I'm being it. A professional, whether if you see the professional, they may have a bad game, so it's a failure. They may have a good game, it's a success. Doesn't take away that they're a professional. Does that make sense? So that's what I want. I want us to, the reason I'm sort of really honing in on this professional is to really get the idea of that's who I'm being. I'm a professional now. You've done all the work. And now it's time that we just return to a practice every day and remember who we are. Because I've done this process before, the I ams. But this time I'm really focusing on this is you as a professional. This is the identity that we're taking on. And how you are as a professional, there could be other aspects you add, that I am in a loving relationship, I am a successful business owner, all of those things. But we're going to the being of being a professional. I am a professional. I'm a master of life. And a master of life means I can take the good with the bad because I'm still moving through. And you see those people, they don't apologize for themselves. They're not looking outside to be validated by their actions or by others. And this is how we know we're not looking to see the change before we are the change. We're not looking for our physical world to change before we change. Because we know that's a cat and mouse situation, or the chicken before the egg. We don't, you need to be it now. Be, do, have. When I'm being the professional, I have the actions to take, and then I will have what is divinely my right, what I came here to be a creator, to be a professional, to be a master of life. Master of life means that, instead of going up and down, you can manage it. There's still going to be ups and downs, but you know how to move through that because you have faith and you show up every day. And this is why a practice, and we're going to give you a practice to take every day, which is the self-image. So is there any others I think that are important? The professional is courageous. I'm all about courage and bravery. The professional displays courage, not only in the roles she embraces, which invariably scare the hell out of her, or the sacrifices she makes, or even criticism, blame, lack of understanding, all of these things, she will move through it anyway, because we still come up against them. We think if we're a professional, we're not going to deal with that. We think that as we move forward, we won't be able to deal with this physical duality. A professional, it's like you've risen above it, so you're no longer being pushed in the storm. Imagine you're on a boat and you're in those stormy seas. A professional is where you rise above the stormy seas. You can observe the stormy seas. You see what is coming. Sometimes you do, sometimes you may not, but you're above it, that the waves are not going to knock you around as much. But they're still there. Doesn't mean they go away. But as a professional, you show up every day. You know that it's coming. If I'm doing the work and I have faith in myself. And a professional doesn't apologize to others for living this life that they've chosen. So, and this is who you came here to be. We came here to be a master of life. This is what the Earth School's all about, is to be self-mastery. So before we start the session, I'll just check on Facebook, see if there's anything there. Oh, Margie, I'll put it in. It is Steven Pressfield. And the book is called Turning Pro. He's been on a few podcasts lately. The book is old. I read it a few years ago. Turning Pro. Steven Pressfield. All right, so let's go into the process. The process is, if you've got a pen and paper ready, that will be good. I want you to write out, so if you want me to repeat some of the professional attributes, I want you to write out 5 to 10, no more than 10 attributes of the professional, and the professional being you. You don't, and only the ones that you feel are relevant to you. So I'll read a few of them out again. Professional is patient. I am patient. I am fearless. I am courageous. I am committed. I am enough. I am capable. I'm going to write down a few. And if you want to put any in the chat, that would be good. If there's some that I haven't mentioned, I am capable. I am, all right, I am a professional. And because we've brought up what a master is, I am a master of life. I've done my 10,000 hours. I no longer, when we tap into the limitations of our current existence, we are looking at being an amateur, because if we're only dealing with the experience of this lifetime, we're being an amateur. We know, everyone in this group knows how to connect to the superconscious. We know we have the availability to connect to an intelligence greater than ourselves. And for that, we have everything we need to be a professional. We may wobble, but that is okay. This is why we go, this is where our daily practice. I am consistent. I am consistent and patient, yes. And maybe we say, I have faith. So faith goes on with being patient. We need the faith to be patient when we have that divine faith, I am so professional accepts no excuses. So what would we say? I've put I am committed. I am resilient. I playful out. I am divine. And, it's here where we can put other things at different times, but we're getting to the deep stuff. We're really committed to being a professional in this self-mastery school. I know there's another teacher, Matt Kahn, who talks about Earth being a school. He talks about being the Earth school where we're like the school for angels or wherever it doesn't have to be angels, could be anything, but it's a school of self-mastery. And even Greg Braden talks about it, that we're here to learn how to control our self-mastery of creation, that we can create, that we know that we are the God self. We know that we have this ability within us to bend our reality. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to bend our reality. And when we believe that, when we know it, when we know this is a place where we can do that, when we connect into this infinite wisdom, there's faith in that. And that's when we become a professional. That's when we up level. We up level our skills because we have the awareness. It's like we're observing it. We're watching from the window, but now we step into the classroom. We're no longer waiting to be accepted into this professional fraternity. We're there, we're moving in, we're stepping into it, we've been accepted. And now we have to show up and be the professional. So we've got the list of the I am. I've spoken about the I am is the divine frequency of your divine spark. I am what I am. I am I am powerful. I think I'll put that one there. I am powerful. And now this is where we're going to do a process where we tap into the unconscious mind. And did I press record on this? I think I did. Oh, well, if I didn't, I can always go back to Facebook. Okay. So I want you to go through the list that you've made. And I want you to read them. And because we've done this build up, this is why we do the pre-frame, because the build up actually creates the emotion that we can feel, yes, that's who I am. I am powerful. I am capable. I am a professional. I've done all this work. You have done the work. If you're here today, if you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. We're stepping up. We're going to the next level. I am capable. I am professional. I'm a master of life. I'm consistent. I'm patient. I am faithful. I'm committed, resilient. I am playful out. I am divine. I am powerful. I want you to go through them. And I want you to feel if there's any that have any resistance. So close your eyes, read through them, feel whichever ones feel like there's some wobble, little resistance. Maybe there is around the faith, having faith. Maybe the patience one has a bit of wobble. It's like, why? And I want you now just to go in and feel into that space. And I want you to look at each one of these I ams as a state. And I want you now to see yourself as a professional. I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to move into the end result. What does the life look like? Like, we can start today. We can show up as a professional today. We don't need anything to change in our life. Not one thing. Because we just decide, it's a choice to show up as a professional. We're not waiting for the money to be in the bank account. We're not waiting for that lover to arrive, that relationship to resolve itself or happen. We're not waiting for anything, because you get to show up as a professional right now. So I want you to feel like tomorrow, like you're waking up, and after this session, it's like a wake up. You've woken up and you are now a professional. You've got the job. You've been hired. You've been accepted into this exclusive professionals fraternity, this club. You've done the work. You've now chosen to be a professional. And everyone's in their own lane when you're a professional. Everyone's in your own lane. So I want you now just to go and visualize in your mind's eye, what does it feel like to be professional? You do, I'm fearless. I do what I need to do. I'm courageous. I'm brave. I'm strong. I show up. What does it feel like to be that professional, that master? See, often we're waiting to feel different, but you don't have to. You just have to choose the behavior of a professional. So choose it. I want you to feel, what do you do? What does the professional look like? And to feel into it. And as that choice has come, I want you now, I'm capable. I'm professional. I am a master of life. I'm consistent and patient. I am faithful. I'm committed. I'm resilient. I play full out. I'm powerful. I'm divine. Just feel into that, those statements. Superconscious, please tag and treat all those statements, and tag and treat all the statements each person online has that are individual to them. Please tag and treat any resistance to those statements in the best and perfect way. I am professional. And I want you now to actually say to yourself or out loud, I am my name, and say your name. I am Verena. All these aspects are part of me, and it's the I am. So I want you now, it's like, I want you to put your hand on your wrist or find an anchor. And this is like in kinesiology, we call this a circuit. We're putting all of these aspects together, and then we're putting them as the I am Verena. I am Jackie. I'm Samara. I'm Margie. I am. So I want you to go through your list. You can say it out loud. Go through the list, and at the end, grab hold of whatever anchor you're using. After you finish, I am, and say your name. Superconscious, do you see all aspects? Please bring them into one of the I am. The I am with the frequency of the name of the individual that is expressing all aspects of themselves in the best and perfect way. Thank you. Please bring all aspects together under the I am with the individual's frequency, which is their name. And do this in the best and perfect way. Thank you. And now I'm going to go through this is what you can put into your daily practice. your daily practice. We're going to say it 3 times, hand on your wrist, because you're bringing all aspects in together. So I want you now, before we start, I want you to practice. I want you to take your hand off your anchor. You can flick it around. You can smell lavender, smell lemon myrtle, or whatever it is. Good one. Which one is? No, there's an oil which is transformation, which I can't remember. I think it's cypress. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Just smell something so you're clearing that anchor. And then I want you to put the anchor back on. And I want you to say, I am, with your name. And feel into that professional, all the aspects together. I am. And let go of the anchor. And then come back to the room, and I'm going to go through this statement. So this is when we're speaking to our unconscious. And I'll tell you when to put the anchor back on. Unconscious. When I say my name, put the anchor on. Verena. This image and feeling will immediately become manifest on all levels of consciousness and all of my being. I'll say it again. You can repeat this time after me. Unconscious. When I say my name, this image and feeling will immediately become manifest on all levels of consciousness and all of my being. Once again, unconscious. When I say my name, this image and feeling will immediately become manifest on all levels of consciousness and all of my being. And I want you to let go of the anchor, and I want you now just to feel into it, and I want you to say, I am your divine name, your frequency. I am. And how does that feel? Do you need to put the anchor on? Can you feel that frequency? Superconscious, please anchor in this frequency, this feeling of the I am with the frequency of the name. Anchor this into the physical plane in the best and perfect way. Thank you. And I want you now, superconscious, please tag and treat all remaining resistance to this end choice of being the professional, the I am a professional, I am, and my name. Please tag and treat all resistance to this choice. Please tag and treat all remaining resistance in the best and perfect way. And please anchor and ground all memories that we've touched on today. Conscious memories, unconscious, superconscious, tandem memories, quantum memories, future memories. Please strengthen with positive emotions of feeling powerful. The emotion, the download of trust, optimism, faith. And please anchor and ground that into the benevolent matrix of the universe. Thank you. And I want you now, we're just going to finish the session with a small meditation where we bring it all in and to see ourselves as the professional. I want you now just to draw your shoulders back. Relax. Feeling into the I am. You can keep repeating it. You know that I am the professional. I am my name. And I want you to draw in beautiful energy up through the soles of your feet, up through your legs, your knees, your hips, moving up this beautiful Mother Earth, Gaia energy from the core of the earth, the beautiful diamond core, bringing this energy up, up, up through your body. through your spine, through all the chakras, the stomach, the solar plexus, the heart space, the throat. Superconscious, please clear any resistance around the throat chakra, front and back. The willingness to move into the higher states of consciousness, to move it up into the third eye, to the crown, moving up, up, up. And I want you now to see yourself in a bubble. And you're above the head and you're going up, 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 up into the sky, moving up, up, up. Moving up past the earth, past the moon, moving through the solar system, past all the planets, moving faster and faster and faster in this bubble of light, moving, moving, moving higher and higher and up, moving up through the universe, past all the comets, the planets, the meteors, going up, 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 faster and faster, till you come to the edge of the universe. And we move into the bright lights and dark lights, moving up and up. And we see a golden mist, a golden plane. We move through this golden realm, which is the realm of the ascended masters and archangels. And we ask Archangel Michael to come with us, to remove obstacles, to clear the path, to be our protector. We ask Ganesh to come with us, to join us on our journey, to remove all obstacles in our path as we move forward as a professional. We bring forward our guides, our army, our angels that are all there to assist us in moving to be the professional, to be the one. As we're moving up and up, we're going to beautiful mist. This beautiful, all the colors of the rainbow as you move through this mist, which is all the laws of the universe. Law of polarity, the law of magnetism, the law of vibration. And superconscious, please download all the principles of the universe that help us move forward, knowing that they are true, knowing that the tapping into that initial understanding of who we always have been, the true universal mind. And you're moving up, up, up until you come to a beautiful white light. And you move through into this white light until it's all encompassing. It's so bright. It's brighter than the sun, except it's like a white pearlescent light. It's tingly feeling. It's just love. Just absolutely beautiful, unconditional love feeling in the seventh plane. And I want you now to go to the edge as if you're looking over the universe and there's a bubble which is your life. And I want you now to go through all the list of the things that you are. I am capable. I am enough. I am patient. I am faithful. I'm resilient. I am powerful. I am courageous. I'm fearless. I'm strong. I am a professional. And I want you to see all aspects and how I want you to see what you're doing in your life when you're being all of these things. What are you doing now? And I want you to see your life in the future, that end result. What does your life look like when you are being the professional? What does life look like when you're being the professional? And I want you now with your right hand to take a handful of this beautiful white light, this beautiful white energy that you have been encompassed with, and I want you to put it in the bubble, which is your light, and I want with it, which is your life, and I want you to stir that bubble around. Stir it around, giving all aspects of yourself that divine energy, that condition of love, that condition of fearlessness, that condition of absolute faith, to download what it feels like to be, to trust, what it feels like to know all of this is true, to remember, to remove the veil of forgetfulness. And I want you to pick up that ball of light, that ball that is your life. And I want you to put it in your heart space. And now it has become part of you. This is who you are. I am, and say your name. And you feel all parts resonate and calibrate within your physical being. Superconscious, please ground all that we've worked on today into the physical plane. Please tag and treat any remaining resistance. Please ground the statements. Please ground all memories. 1, 2, and 3. And as you feel this resonance of the I am move through your physical body, I want you to hop back into that bubble of light and move back, down, 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 coming back to your physical body, back to earth, back through the universal laws, back through the golden plane, leaving Ganesh and Archangel Michael, and knowing you can call on them at any time, moving through the dark lights, the bright lights, coming back through the solar system, back through past the planets, the moon, back into the earth realm, back into your chair, back into your body with your hand on your heart, your feet firmly on the ground, knowing that you are the I am. You are a professional. You are a master of life. You are here, and you're ready to step forward into this mastery that you know is your birthright, that you know is who you truly are, who you've always been. And the remembering has been unveiled. The remembering is triggered, and you're there. You start to feel in the remembrance of who you are and how powerful you are. You're a professional. You chose this. You came here. Everything is going as you planned. And now it's time to step into your power. Ground yourself onto the earth as you pull up beautiful Mother Earth energy, beautiful Mother Gaia from the crystalline force of the core of the earth. Bring it up through your legs and meet you in the heart space. And as you feel grounded, roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in and out, and open your eyes. And you are the professional. You are the I am. And you can use this as part of your practice every day. When you show up every day as a professional, you may have to remind yourself of who you are. But you can show up as this version of you every day. I'm going to stay online if anyone has any questions. And you can give me some feedback. If you wish, I'm going to finish. I'll just check Facebook. If not, I'm going to close Facebook off. And right, I'll come back. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that.